6 through 10, and then I'll go real quickly through the others. National Dairy Producers Organization seeks to improve grade A milk standards from 750 to 400,000. The world is now changing to show a 400,000 at the dairy somatic cell count so that we can export to that country, to European Union. They made the change. We better step up and gradually get there. I do believe National Milk, in their proposal, will be indexing that down over the next few years, down to the 400,000 from the current 750,000. The National Dairy Producers Organization seeks the continuation and expansion of exportation of U.S. milk and milk products that actually provide a profit to U.S. dairy producers. Long after this document was produced, I'm going to read a quick article that was written in a dairy publication. Hits it right on point. Dairy proteins are globally short. Milk fat inventories are tight in the U.S. and globally. U.S. beef supplies, including dairy culls and steers, are at their lowest levels in more than half a century. Adverse weather is cutting milk production in New Zealand and global grain production. The world is facing a shortage of human quality proteins. Global dairy commodities are far above global dairy commodity prices are far above U.S. prices. The global, quote-unquote, the global marketplace was sold to us, U.S. agriculture, on the basis of world markets, world market prices. If the U.S. dairy farmers had received world market prices this fall, your milk prices would have been $3 to $4 a hundredweight higher. Now, I didn't produce this, somebody else did, not even tied into our organization. This is an illustration of why we need improved price discovery and many of the issues that we're talking about in our 20 points. We're missing it. And how are we missing it? I don't know. We're paying a lot of folks large sums of money to not let this happen to us. But it's happening. So anyway, just continuing on. We support the reform or elimination of the make allowance. Now, I'm the first one to know that all co-ops need to at least exist. So if we don't have a make allowance, then we will have the assessment. That's the old way things were done. Before the term make allowance showed up, did everybody understand what a make allowance is? I think everybody said yes or no, I'm not sure. But the point is the make allowance is a design program to pay processors all of their manufactured costs, including a small profit, so that the logic was, when make allowances were approved, so that there will always be an incentive to have a place for our milk if we needed to do something other than bottled milk. Okay, I get that, no problem. In 2008, I testified at a federal hearing on increase in make allowances, where the processors were asking for a 30-cent make allowance increase. In January 2009, the judge granted that increase. In 2009, processors made record profits. In 2009, we made record losses. So we want to look into this a whole lot more. Whether if we eliminate them, make allowances, I understand that the board of directors of co-ops will have to go back to their producers, ask for an assessment, but our milk checks would be higher, because the make allowance comes right out of the price formula and you don't even know it. So if that money is included back in your price formula, you'll make the money, but the co-op's going to have to ask for the money to kindly help you carry the co-op. Or they'll have to sell your product for more money. I don't know, one of those two things. Number 9, National Dairy Producer Organization will pursue the return of the 8.7 and 3.5 solid butterfat milk standard in the United States. That's what the cow produces anyway. Our processors over the years have been raking off some of those components around the country, not in California, around the country, including them in products that end up going into surplus, and then it spins back at us as we're producing too much milk. Well, let's stop doing that and give the consumer a better product and increase utilization. Number 10, and I'm going to qualify this a little bit. I'll just read it the way it is here now. National Dairy Producers Organization supports the immediate review of government subsidies and protective tariffs currently in place that artificially support the production and blending of ethanol in the United States. We do not, as dairy farmers, want crop farmers to not do well. Of course, we're all farmers. We shouldn't be pitted against one another. All I can tell you in this particular item is that we as dairy farmers have become unintended victims of the nation's fiscal and energy policy. I'm the first guy to confess, I don't want to be on my knees looking to the east for my next gallon of gas. I think we have to get alternative energy, seek alternative fuel sources, but I don't think it should be on the backs of dairymen, poultry, pork, and beef. And certainly it's affecting us in a very, very huge way. So we're going to do a lot of work on that. And again, with the fiscal policy, our cheap dollar makes our commodities that much cheaper for everybody else to buy up. So here we are. We're sitting here being the only ones with no way to ratchet up our prices to cover our cost, and yet we're expected to. And I don't understand that logic, but we're sure going to work on that.